Well, hello my friends, and welcome to yet another DIY home project. Today I am going to be tackling my front door. If you've been following along, I have complained about this door looking the way it does. Let me just show you. It is a little beat up. We looked into getting a new doors putting in, but they are about a year and a half waiting period to get a new door, and there's also the little thing called price. So for the door that I really want, we're looking between 16 and 20,000 for a double door, and unfortunately at this time I do not have that kind of money to spend. So here comes my little DIY project. The door is still in fairly good condition. We did fix it up a little bit, added some caulking where needed, so right there, and then there was some underneath, and then also filled in this little piece that broke off. So just like I said, did little touch-ups to it just to make it look a little bit better. So let me share with you the products that I'm going to be using. So for because my door is so dark, I need to have some sort of either a light primer, or I had actually picked up this. It was a mist tint paint at Lowe's actually, and it was 50% off, so it came at like $7. So I thought this will work good, and it is it's a paint and primer. It's resistant to fading, cracking, and peeling, and it is formulated to resist mildew, growth on the paint film, and it's made for Canadian winters. That's what it said. And then so that will be just used as a primer, just to cover up the dark brown, to lighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go with my Minwax gel stain, and I decided to go with an aged oak look. So I hope I picked the right stain. I was a little bit not sure which one, but I looked at a couple different options, and I really liked the way this one looked. You will also need, for my door, tape to tape around the windows, a rag to wipe off any excess gel stain, something to clean your door with before painting. Then I have a paintbrush and a paint roller, and then I'm going to be using these two, planning on using these two for staining the door. And then I need a paint tray. I need to create a door that's similar to what I want to buy, and I hope you enjoyed this makeover, because I absolutely love the way it turned out. So you're just gonna have to stick around till the end to see. I also want to mention, if you're stopping by my channel for the very first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. I am mixing in fall decor DIYs with tons of home renos, little DIYs that we have done to cut cost on our renovation. So without further ado, let's get started working on this door. So the first thing that I did is obviously clean the door up, made sure there were no cobwebs, dog hair, or anything on the door that might prevent the paint from sticking. I am just using a regular all-purpose cleaner. I think I was using a Method one, smelled like lavender, which was wonderful, and just a microfiber cloth to wipe it all down. So once the door was clean, I proceeded to taping the door. This project took me a whole day to do, and I pretty much started at 7 a.m. and was done around 5 p.m. I ended up not having enough tape, and because it was 7 a.m. in the morning, I could not go out and buy some. I did go out later on, and I used tape for the second part of this project. So once I figured out I did not have enough paint, I just moved on and started painting the door. I wish I could tell you what the color of the tint of that paint is, but it didn't say on it, but it was like an off-white, creamy white paint. I think any light color would work. If it was like brown, like gray, peachy color, you know, I mean, I wouldn't go with pink or any of the reddish tones, but I think if you stay like grays and browns and whites and make them creamy, it would work. This brown was a little too dark for what I was going for, so I did need it to lighten it up a little bit. So I only applied one coat of this paint because that's all it needed. It actually worked really well. I've never bought this type of paint before, and I was quite pleased with the coverage that the one coat did.
We don't belong here. I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud. Let's pack up a life, baby, and call it a night. 'Cause the longer we stay here, the harder the fight. I said, hey, call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way.
So here's what the one coat looks like, and like I said, I'm just going to do the one coat. And now I had come back from the store and taped up the rest of the door because I'm going to start applying the gel stain now, and I really needed everything to be covered just so I don't have to worry about wiping it off or using that little spatula thing to not to get the stain on, because I'm going to be rubbing some stain off and doing all sorts of stuff. So I really needed to tape this up. So I was really scared to do this part. I mean, I worked with gel stain obviously before. If you watched my stair makeover, I did lots of furniture makeovers with the gel stain. Now this was a Minwax gel stain. I only worked with general finishes before, so it was a little bit of a different texture. The first brush didn't quite work out as well as I thought it would. I'm not sure if there was just stuff on it that it wasn't applying the stain well. So I did try to go with a brush and then rub the stain in just to see what that would look like, and I didn't love it. So I did end up just using a brush and brushing everything on and just removing any stain that if there was like a blob of stain or anything with a rag. But other than that, I just used a brush to apply it, and I just went in one direction for all the doors, both doors in the same direction.
We won't regret this. Let's kiss the past goodbye. I'm longing to live this free life I've been hearing about. You will see us howling like wolves in the night. 'Cause nothing is stronger than wanting what you might get. I said, hey, call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. Ain't no worries. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you? Oh, 'cause as long as we're together, home can be a million different things. nothing but a one-way. Call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one-way. Ain't nothing but a one-way.
So here is what it looks like after the first coat. Now I did let this dry for, I would say, almost 4 hours before I went ahead and applied the second coat of the stain. Now the rule of thumb is you don't want it to be sticky anymore before you start applying a second coat. And for the second coat, I did exactly the same thing as I did for the first coat. Just went in the same direction with a brush, and it's like a chippy brush. But before I started with the second coat on the door, I decided to do the frame of the door as well in the same stain, just so that way it looks like it's all same material. And here is what the door looks like. Now the sun was beating right down on it, and I felt like it was giving it a bit of a reddish tone, but it has no redness in it whatsoever, in my opinion. But I am so super pleased how this turned out. I think it's going to buy me a few years for sure until I'm ready to purchase those 2 new doors. And who knows, by then my style might totally change. You never know. So I'm also going to show you how it looks when the sun's not beating down on it. So here it is. Like I said, I just love the way this turned out. I hope you had enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and if you are subscribed, make sure that notification bell is on as well, so that way you get notified when all these new videos come up. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you all so much for watching.